in attendance. Thank you. Bethnal Green. A journey to Bethnal Green. It seems odd to take this path when it does not lead to you. Every weekend, racing to merge, unpacking the whole week's events. When the words faded, a flood of desire, carrying away the world's lament. Now, the words have stopped, the desire terminated, faded snapshots of memory as I alight at your stop. A cat burglar in your hood, here for my own ends, avoiding detection, the places you stood, in the rush hour trickle and flow, beaming in your manner, the pearly king of banter, lullabies of the bells of Bow. I am the thief of love, taking hearts when mine is broken, unbearable hope for longing, unspoken, stealing through the coves of love's end in the East End. Thank you. Second poem. Limbo. Africa calling, a convoy in the shadows, constant and ever present, a home, but not a home, anointing my edges. Still, I fit nowhere. Here, my name is foreign, my appearance questioned. But where are you from? Originally, probes Goldilocks, cornfields in her hair. I have reconciled with the damp, dark streets, pierced by dimples of obtrusive, artificial light, illuminating an artificial pond. The dry wit and caustic humor, the sarcasm we wear, the sleazy, sullied snickers of bawdry backstreet jokes, the women who reject gazing at the floor, audaciously holding his stare, the jangle of frenetic city life, the busy lives of others, filtering into our busy breath in the darkened alcoves and desolate cubicles of existence. Sartre echoed, "You are in bad company." The clattering coffee shops amid sips of acrid Arabica, the inane monologues on current affairs, clandestine consultations, a temporary respite soaked in caffeine and butter pastries. London calling, cosmopolitan and enthralling. It is the home of a lodger, the key to the kingdom presenting the illusion of belonging without belonging, the solitude as natural as blinking. There, my name is familiar, my appearance fusing with the dry alleyways and whitewashed facades facing off a fierce sun, in the hodgepodge pavement cafes, where once Ginsberg and Jean Genet supped on mint tea, where tolerance is privately practiced, but never publicly preached. The lamb and cumin infused air that coils and slithers for reclining across your skin like an impermeable veil, the language of my ancestors, tinged with my Britishness, my speech fluent, yet betraying, as wide-eyed locals chuckle like a pacifying parent. You're not from here, are you? In the Medinas, the night sky turns down the heat as families parade in their best attire, sunflower seeds whose saltiness fizzes on the tongue, sugar-roasted peanuts washed down with canary-iced lemonade, the men who gawk belligerently, their eyes betraying the indignity of a shameless woman who refuses to look away, the crested clay tagines joyously bubbling away, terracotta fat jolly uncles, the enticing wisps of flavour, the fragrance of l'enfance, the gnawa drum beats, a throbbing pulse, dancing, chanting, healing, a portal to the beloved on the wings of a trance, a cultural hub that captivates and offends, a shared identity, an organic pond rich with community, kindness, support, love. To serve is to be with Allah. The allotted rules deeming marriage and its fruits the paragon of ambition. Gender hindered, scornful eyes from the arbiters of decency as I light my cigarette. I am without decency and without God, casting off the shackles of both, the dogma of belief or illusion, in the clutches of tradition, bleeding bequeathed injury, spurred on by my scars. You're not from here, are you? The cross of the diaspora, life's longing for the other, each suit offering some comfort, but ill-fitting nonetheless. Thank you. I am on the beach in my two-piece, marked out as the outsider. I am the galling gorilla, the woman perched in the tree, observing the life that does not include me, my flesh, immodestly on display, stalked by the eyes who desire and dismay, who deem the emperor's clothes without chastity. I saunter past the stare of men in cafes, exuding confidence in a figure-hugging dress, not worthy of respect, just good for sex, muttering lewd comments before kneeling to pray, the choleric covered with daggers in their eyes, who forgo the sisterhood for patriarchy. We both struggle, so why do you wound me, Ahti, when I flock to your bosom across seas and skies? I am Tom Bombadil, sprouting legs out of the earth, crossing the expanse to bloom far from home. My fibers composed of your soil's clay cologne, but you admonish the mannerisms of my birth, my derija littered with the crude converse of women of the night, my cigarette shamelessly alight, uncompelled to defend or prove. I am the bitter sweetness of nos nos, a bitter pill to swallow, still you gag on the sweet. I cannot be devalued by the glares that I meet. I am carved from the stone which gathers no moss. Thank you. The Dad Dilemma. Sitting in the garden and you in a hospital room, tenderness says, I must visit you, a reminder of better days, of the love buried in you, a gentle gift to lift the haze, a voice that brings passage from the vacuum. Cowardice flinches at the visit that holds up the mirror to the inevitable decay of the end of days and parting of ways. the insurmountable losses further down the river. It pains me to see you, a shadow of who you were, a spectre biding your time. It pains me not to see you, alone and confused, nowhere, waiting for the faces who ease time, tenderness and fear, in softness, magnificent, malevolent with fear, a fearful tenderness. It is difficult to face you when compassion is challenged by contempt. Maybe I will face that demon if I can bear the strain. Maybe I am tired of demons and the pain they ordain, the cruelty served so stonily indifferent, sitting with echoes of you. Thank you. On the grind, dressed in the threads of adulthood, forging the bonds that bind, together in troubled times when you can't see past the wood, harvesting and investing, delayed gratification, grafting out of your station, consume time without digesting. Dreams of someday, get your foot on the property ladder, save on indulgences and work harder, all work and no play. Put in the hours to rise, a promotion or bonus for Jack, greasing the cogs to pick up the slack, strangled by the tie that ties. Grind your bones to make his bread in a suit suited for ambition. Silence mental health's attrition. There is no success for the dead. Sacrifice for the future, feather to cushion the blow. Retire abroad in a rustic chateau. Eider down for the stupor, a partner to shoulder the burden, a mortgage to swallow your labor, life's force fueling the conveyor, together picking out curtains. Thank you. And my last piece. Once I was 17 and married, grieving as the guests rejoiced, denied a voice or choice, dolled up on Maida and carried. Once I was a child with a child, fast-tracked into adulthood, afraid and unassured, sowing hope into Tuesday's child. Once only valued for chastity in a womb, heaven under the feet of mothering, their in-place demands smothering, as the dove fluttered hope into the heavy gloom. Once I was the mother I never had, and the wife I never wanted to be, playing the part expected of me, in the babes, finding reasons to be glad. Once I faked love in the hope it would grow, fabricating sweet words and comforting cuddles. Like you, it sank to the bottom of the bottle, forsaking you to the mistress you dotingly know. Once I tried to be all things to everyone and nothing to myself, burying mental health so that I could step up to bat for the sons. You only live once, but die 1,000 deaths. each time rising out of the ash, strong enough for once. Thank you.